Sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. Offense citation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports all plays.
What's going on, ASAP family? How y'all doing today, man? Thought we'd get on here. A lot of stuff happening between WWE releases. We got Aaron Rodgers. We got the issue with Aaron Rodgers, which we're definitely going to spend a lot of time on that. I feel some sort of way. Pride said he felt some sort of way. I'm sure people out there do as well. I mean, actually, we'll just jump right into that right off the bat. I mean, listen. We have spent ample time discussing this Kyrie Irving situation. People have spent ample time slandering this man for his decision to go with what he believes is the best thing for him and his personal health. Okay.
And might I add, I'm probably one of the people who let it, because like I'm on record saying that Kyrie Irving, and I get hate for this, that Kyrie Irving doesn't really care about it. He cares for the attention, right? Like, so I just want to say that, like, I am literally like 5 seconds away from defending Kyrie Irving. That's how twisted Aaron Rodgers has me, bro. I have been one of the people who've been like bashing Kyrie, and I said this in the group chat. At least Kyrie was clear from the jump, was like, look, I'm not playing. I ain't going to fake it. None of this. This is where I stand. And we go from there. At the least, Kyrie Irving gave that to everybody, which is ironic because that's how I would have expected Aaron Rodgers to be. And then he did the whole, oh yeah, I'm immunized. And like, I don't know how to feel, because I want him to face some sort of penalty. I really do. But I don't think he will.
Yeah.
I think I honestly, if it was anybody else,
they would have already been slapped on it had already been done. And see, that's where I come at, Pride, because like in you, and I respect that. You manned up and said, hey, I led the march with the Kyrie hate, and and you're going under the understanding of he's doing it as a personal vendetta to receive, I guess, more attention, more fame, more up push, if that's the right word to use in there. But it was never that. Kyrie Irving came out during the bubble and said this is wrong.
But the thing is, when he came out in the bubble, he had because this is kind of my pushback with Kyrie, right? Originally, Kyrie had no problem with the bubble. He was rocking with it. He was rolling with it. It's when the NBA said, "Are you playing?" He said, "No." Then you can't come, and if you do come, you gotta stay.
No,
that's Kyrie. Yeah, that's when Kyrie all of a sudden had this. No, like now.
But what happened? What happened during that time? What was going on during that time?
What do you mean? Like in terms of like the whole COVID thing?
No. What else was going on in the world during that time? What was a major thing going on in the world that was on the news almost every day during that time, leading up to the bubble?
What? What am I missing?
The riots, the George Floyds.
Oh yes.
All that was going on. So, But that was Kyrie, racially driven.
No,
that was
it wasn't.
Yes,
because
that Kyrie was. It was. There was a few different things going on at the time. Kyrie did not want to do the COVID thing, but at that time, the COVID vaccine wasn't
it wasn't out yet. No,
correct.
People were kind of like talking about it, but it kind of was like a, oh yeah, maybe we'll have it soon type of deal.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm not really talking about the vaccine at that point in time, because it kind of was just a tongue-in-cheek reference.
Correct. But in Kyrie's defense, before the vaccine even came out, Kyrie was like, I don't want to, this isn't right. We shouldn't be going back and playing basketball in a time like this. There's other things in the world that are way more important to deal with currently. There's social unrest that we should be handling. There is a pandemic that is taking off the masses of people, and we want to go put people into an arena and put them close together and have them, all subjected to whomever has the virus at the time, because and our testing was not the same at the time neither.
Right, but then here's my question when it comes to that: why did he want to go originally? Because he wanted to go and he was injured. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a shoulder injury he had, so he wasn't going to play. Period. And when he went, the NBA was like, "Look, if you come, you gotta stay. Ain't no in and out type of stuff. You got to stay in the bubble because this is the best thing we can do to combat the whole COVID-19 thing." And then when he heard that, all of a sudden he was like, "Oh yeah, this ain't right for us," which is weird because it's like
because he's feeling like they're trapped in. They're in a concentration camp and they're used to do this job to make sure that the money keeps flowing in for the major corp. And instead of the major corp saying, "Hey, we need to put a halt on this for 6 months," because that's what it would have been. If you think about that, what did they start at the end of July? They started at the end of July and they went through October. So if they would have just took off,
because they wrapped up the end of the regular season, then they did the like a couple weeks of like that playing stuff, where the Suns kind of went on a tear
rampage,
and then it was the playoffs. Look,
so if you real quick, if you put those months together, that's July, August, September, October, and then they were done by November. So that's 6 months. So if you would have put a halt on that season and said, "You know what, we're in this. It's better for the players, for the personnel, not just the players, the staff, all the people in the front office, all the people that work at the arenas. It's a safer environment if we take a break for 6 months than to put them in here like cattle." Because if you think about it, that's what Kyrie was looking at it as. You have us cattled into a situation where we can't leave. We have to play these games because we don't want to. You don't want to miss out on millions of dollars. That's what it came down.
But at the same time, but again, this is where I get pushback, because when the league kind of was like quiet, where they kind of was just like, we got to put the regular season on hold or whatever. He was like, he was one of the people championing him, and LeBron were like, "Yo, how we gonna make it happen?" And then when the league was saying, "Look, we gonna come up with some type of bubble thing," and they didn't know where they were gonna have it, but when they said, "Look, it's a bubble, everyone can come in, but no one can leave," that's kind of the rough draft the league had put out, and Kyrie Irving was fine with it originally. That's just my thing, you know what I mean?
Look, put it in the context. Put it in the context, Pride. Because if we take that when they paused it back in April, April, May, or whatever that was, from April, May to July, there was people still believing that this was fake. They were still people believing that the virus wasn't even really there. There were still people doubting the situation as a whole. So now let's fast forward. Now we're talking about a whole year later. So let's bury the bubble for a second. Now we're talking about a whole year later. He's lost family members. He's lost people close to him. People around him in his on his team have lost family members, people close to him. Now the realization of how real this is and what we're dealing with has come to light.
And that is where and there is some truth to that, because a year ago, and I'll be honest, I also was kind of in this boat skeptical. Where I wouldn't say skeptical, but more along the lines of like, if I don't see it, if I don't feel it, it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, understood. And that's kind of how the country was as a whole when the COVID stuff was popping up in China, and then it started going to like the UK, and it started going everywhere. We were like, yeah, it's a problem, but it's not here, so we don't really care. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had that mentality, and I feel like maybe if we didn't have that mentality, maybe we could have, maybe there's a chance that we could have stopped it earlier. You know what I mean? Like maybe, but I feel like that's kind of, being a little 20, like I'm trying to play armchair quarterback, but regardless with Kyrie Irving, because this is the problem we're having. This is why I hate bringing up Kyrie Irving when we talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Because we have to, though. We have to, because this is how crazy it's been.
We have to bring him up, and the thing is, when you bring him up, it now goes down a path where now instead of talking about Aaron Rodgers, now we're talking about Kyrie, when in all actuality, look, and I said it in the group chat, Jana, I think you read it. I don't agree with Kyrie at all. But at the bare minimum, he said, look, this is my stance. This is how I feel. And this is what I'm going to do. And he's not putting any of his teammates, mind you, LaMarcus Aldridge, who had to retire because of his heart condition, he's not putting him or anything like that in harm's way, right? Now here comes the question that, honestly, I didn't realize till now. Devontae Adams had it. Is there a possibility that it was Aaron Rodgers who gave it to him? Is that a possibility? Whether or not it is,
and see, this is where we dig deep. One thing before we transition to Aaron Rodgers, and this is what I've been saying, and I'm going to stand on it, and I'm going to stand behind, what Kyrie is saying, because one thing that everyone needs to understand, a man is as strong as his word is. And as long as you as a man stand on what you feel is right for you as a man, and you accept every consequence that comes with that decision that you made as a man, I have nothing to say.
And Kyrie's taking it on the chin. And this is kind of where, like him or hate him, you at the bare minimum have to give the respect credit. And you have to, because like I said, look, do I agree with it? No. But at the bare minimum, homeboy didn't lie.
No. And see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, too. Now, let's transition to Aaron Rodgers. Now, if Aaron Rodgers that day when he used the word immunization in order to manipulate the wording to make them believe that he was vaccinated, when he used those words, he knew exactly what he was doing. Now, we can flip this. We could say he said, I was not vaccinated. And the NFL and the team pushed this underneath the rug. And it wasn't Aaron Rodgers. Now we'd be looking at it, this situation like, oh, the league and the team needs to be reprimanded. But because it's their golden boy,
and that's exactly why
they haven't done nothing yet. And that's where this is really messed up. And I think that the masses in the world needs to understand, especially sporting fans, that when we jump on these dudes, when we're over here doing this, you guys got to remember, man, the golden boys are being protected. The golden boys are doing stuff too. Look at Ben Roethlisberger.
Because the people who are defending like Aaron Rodgers right now, like I was on Twitter and I've been watching it. Every single time someone says something about Aaron Rodgers, they bring up Kyrie Irving immediately, which then goes to a deep rabbit hole. And my thing is, look, at the end of the day, you cannot compare them, because regardless if you agree with Kyrie Irving or not, the way he's handling it is the way that it should be handled. Aaron Rodgers, either at worst case scenario, he lied, and best case scenario, he withheld the truth. Like he
lied. No. He gave a yes or no answer with basically without a yes or no, and gave a word that he was able to be manipulated.
Exactly. He lied. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like at worst, he lied. At absolute best, you can say he withheld. Like he didn't tell the truth. My thing was like Did you see the Pat McAfee interview?
I haven't.
So Aaron Rodgers, for those of you who don't know, Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee, one of the greatest punters of all time, and a very, very entertaining guy. I like Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee was kind of doing like an interview, like, all this stuff. Aaron Rodgers, and this right here is where I lose respect for him. Because instead of saying, you know what, I lied, or I stretched the truth, I was trying to do some shiesty stuff. I apologize. If the NFL wants to suspend me, I'll wear it. What's up, my love?
Are you on a show?
Yes. Oh. I'll wear it. No, you good, babe. Don't worry. I'll wear it. I'll take the punishment. He then tried to say the woke media and the what was the other thing he said? And cancel culture is trying to come at me, and I don't appreciate that.
Aaron Rodgers said
that? Aaron Rodgers, I kid you not. If I am lying, my wife is picking up my son right now. If lying, he will throw up on me right now.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. See, those are the type of situations that really upset me, because you're already we already know that you're protected. We already know you get the utmost, king type treatment, no matter where you're at. You're a god in Milwaukee. We know that you already get special treatment, and
you want to be shaking up. But again,
hold on.
This is what people say. But here's where I push back. This is where Aaron Rodgers looks like an idiot, because guess what? You don't have to be vaccinated to play in the NFL. Look at D-Hop. No one's slandering him. People
because D-Hop, and that's another thing I want to go at. Because listen, this is where it breaks down to, though, Pride. You had an opportunity with a yes or no question to say, no, I'm not vaccinated. What's the next step? DeAndre Hopkins sat there and said, hey, guys, I just want to let everybody know I might possibly be retiring from the NFL, because if this is mandated for me and I don't want to do it, I refuse to play. Kyrie Irving said the same thing. We were attacking the ones that are doing it right. And letting the ones that are doing it wrong slide.
And the sad part, but you want to know what, and this is why I said, because I told you earlier, I'm a little confused on it. I'm upset with Aaron Rodgers. The reason I'm worried about getting furious with him is because I know I'm gonna work myself up, give myself an aneurysm.
I like Sander. But that's exactly right.
And this is his exact quote. This is the quote that he said during the Pat McAfee show. At the time, my plan was to say I had been immunized. It wasn't some sort of ruse or lie. It was the truth. Had there been a follow-up to my statement that I had been immunized, I would have said, look, I'm not some sort of anti-vax or a flat earther. I'm someone who's a critical thinker, which I don't believe. I believe strongly in bodily autonomy. Words are hard for me. And the ability to make choices for your body. Okay. Not to have to acquiesce to some woke culture or a crazed group of individuals who say you have to do something.
Okay.
This is a guy who.
So wait. So what he said was, if you would have asked me again, I would have told you the truth.
That's how I'm looking at it.
He said, you asked me, I told you no, that I'm immunized.
Right.
And if you would have asked me again, I'd have told you the truth.
Because again, look. Listen, Cole Beasley, who led this thing, we destroyed him. Homeboy ain't retired. D-Hop, another one. D-Hop was like, look, bro, this is how it is. I'll be out. And again, what I'm really, truly worried about is that Aaron Rodgers, and honestly, I don't think this is even like a surprise take or anything like that. He's always been looked at as the golden child, right? Like for every, there's yin and yang, and for the dark side of the force, there's a light side. For every Darth Vader, there's a Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? For every Tom Brady, there's an Aaron Rodgers. And it's like they want to protect Aaron Rodgers, and it's ridiculous because I'm upset at Aaron. And do I want to be screaming and hooting and hollering? Yes, I do. But the reason I am scared is one reason and one reason only, since he's the golden child. Nobody is going to sit there and punish him. The NFL doesn't, they're not going to care. If it was anybody else, they would have been on it, and they would have done all this stuff. Aaron Rodgers is trying to portray that he's a victim. And my thing is, bro, this isn't the NBA where you got to be vaccinated. D-Hop isn't vaccinated. He's playing. Jay, when is the last time anyone said anything about the vaccination status of DeAndre Hopkins?
No one. You want to know why? Because he's following the protocols.
And you're a Cardinals fan.
He's following the protocols. And here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, right?
Don't care.
Because here's the thing. Here's what, and I was kind of getting into this earlier. They're like, well, why would he be suspended for 6 games? I said, we're 8 weeks in to the NFL season. We had 3 weeks of preseason. That's 11 weeks. We had 3 weeks of training camp. That's almost 14 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, when you broke it down,
and violating for over 14 weeks. You've been in violation of protocol for over 14 weeks. Every time you show up to that facility, you're in violation because you're not following the unvaccinated protocol. You're going as if you're a vaccinated person. You need to follow these steps, and you're doing these steps. Just like if you go to an event right now, I went to an event a couple weeks ago. There's 2 different lines. There's one for vaccinated people that have, or my bad, there's one for vaccinated people or people who have taken their test within 72 hours of the show and have their test result papers with them. There's another line for those who are not vaccinated that need a rapid test on the spot. That's the protocol. If Aaron Rodgers went to the right side because he was immunized but didn't have no paper showing his vax status or a 72-hour a test result, he's going to get denied and put back into the other line.
And like you said, now the NFL is starting to investigate whether he broke some of those protocols. Freddie basically the point Freddie's
Aaron
making
Rodgers fan.
Suspended, not 6 weeks. Here's my thing. If he violated the protocols, first of all, if he violated the protocols, we didn't figure out how he did. They would all be in their rights if he was.
I'll tell you the major one right now, Pride. Here's one right now. Unvaccinated players need to be masked at all times in a group setting.
And I don't think he does. I'll be honest.
No,
with you.
he doesn't. I've never seen Aaron Rodgers in a mask.
Nah, and it's crazy because and it's kind of funny because he said that comment week 1. They got destroyed by the Saints, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he was there. He was there in a cute little huddle. Him and Devontae, who was it? One other person in a cute little huddle, and they were kind of just like talking to each other.
It was him, Devontae, and Aaron.
Yeah,
Aaron Jones.
And it's like I don't know how long he should be suspended. And the problem why
there you go. Thank you, Sander. That's the other thing. That's the other thing.
That's what he does.
See, this is another thing. Sander, you brought up another point I wanted to bring up. The Green Bay Packers need to be
held accountable as
well. Because now
they knew. And to appease Aaron Rodgers, they probably let it skate.
But the other thing is, you've not only jeopardized the players on your team and your coaching staff, but the players that work in your arena and every other arena that you've been to so far.
And here's the thing, and we were talking about it in the group chat. If a game gets canceled, just one game, imagine the ramifications they would actually come down, because not only would the NFL lose money, but at the same time, you're now going to have to test every single person. So Freddie, he's saying 2 to 3 weeks, not 6. Here's my thing on that. Me personally, because in a perfect world, he's missing a month. In a perfect world, I think 4 weeks is the perfect number.
Because 2 weeks to 14 days is normal. Quarantine. That's not enough.
Exactly right. And I do believe 6 that might be looked at as excessive. Where now Aaron Rodgers can look like a martyr and be like, "See, this is a crusade against me."
That's a little over a third of the season, and you've played 8 weeks.
Right. So that virtually, and knowing Aaron Rodgers, we've seen him throw his temper tantrum and threaten to retire and go to Jeopardy just because he was like, "Oh, they didn't give me a receiver." If they would have given the game, the Chiefs would have to sacrifice as well. But again, that's validating our point because he wants to say, "Oh, I'm immunized." It's like, bro,
you're jeopardizing the Packers and any other team. So now, if the Packers don't play, you just said it, Freddie. The Chiefs are going to be now penalized, and whose fault is that? Aaron Rodgers. This is why the penalty should be increased. Yes, and the Ravens lost draft picks for not even as much. It was because what's his name wasn't wearing his mask on the sideline, and they lost draft picks.
Yeah. But again, we gotta remember who we're talking about. This is the golden child.
You're right.
It's Aaron. Let's call it what it is.
If De La Hoya was a boxer.
100%, bro. Listen.
I mean, if De La Hoya was a football player, my man.
Yeah, if De La Hoya was a football player, right? This is what it would have been. Look, we're talking about a league who suspended the greatest quarterback of all time because of deflated balls. don't cancel the game, make the team that violated forfeit.
Correct.
I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against that.
And make the score 70-0.
No, you know what I would do? I would make it worse. What's the lowest you could possibly score in a game? 2, right? 2-0. And guess what? On top of that, the quarterback, like whoever, I don't care, whoever tested positive and caused the game, guess what? You were the one who got hit in the end zone for a safety. So that's going on your stat line. I don't care. Like we go with if we finna be petty, we gonna be petty to the max.
Hey,
I'm talking about
the game is with -2 yards for Aaron Rodgers.
negative 2 yards. Matter of fact, let's go picking there while we at it, bro. We fucking up his stat line, bro. We fucking up his stat line. But the thing is like Aaron Rodgers, like, look, we live in a world where they suspended Tom Brady because of deflated footballs. And and again, maybe I'm a little biased because I'm a Patriots fan. But if we played that game against the Colts with bowling balls, we would have smashed the mess out of him. That's how I feel, right? They suspended him for that. Then they suspend, like you said, the Ravens over a dude who was just chilling without a mask on. If I'm not mistaken, he had the mask on. Like the mask was kind of like down here.
But it wasn't covering his mouth. And
it wasn't covering his mouth. So they do that.
So it's not on.
Yeah, so now Aaron Rodgers can, in essence, be like, you know what? I mean, be nice. And then it goes, you know what? It's Aaron Rodgers, though. Like, no, bro. Like, yo, this midlife crisis goes deeper than what we thought it was, bro. Like, look, I'm hoping the NFL, because like I said, 4 weeks, I believe, is perfect. Because if you really think about it, he's going to be out for 6 weeks, right? Because it's 2 weeks for the quarantine period. Tack on another 4, boom. Now
I think you're letting them off. I still think you're letting them off. So? Yeah, because
I would do that without pay.
So listen. Oh yeah, of course without pay. All this is
because the thing is because now you're jeopardizing. Forget jeopardizing the team and the other team. You're now jeopardizing fans, the players, the coaches, the ball boys.
What about what Sanders said? We're talking about ESPN. We're talking about Fox Sports Net. We're talking about anybody that showed up and did an interview with them is now going back to their conglomerates
and now potentially spreading it.
Correct. So that's why I said potentially this changes it into a situation where, you know, now you're looking at it in an extent of you've affected not only yourself, but you've affected others around you that are not only within the NFL.
Yeah. And again, like, and the thing is like this could end up going even worse places, because think about it. They go right. Let's say they infect someone.
So wait, real quick, because he's made this point twice. So I kind of need to understand this. So if you ask me if I have $10 and I say, yeah, I got $5, am I lying?
I think he's trying to say he's agreeing to the immunization thing. Like
no, but hold on, Sander. Hold on, because you answered the question in that answer. It just took me to read it. Now, if you ask me if I have $10 and I say yes, and that's it. Well, okay, so you're saying I say yeah, but I only got 5 when I give it to you? No, that's a lie. Yeah, that's a lie. This
is how it is. This is how it is. If you ask me, oh yeah, you got $10, and I just said, I got money. That's what Aaron Rodgers did. Yeah. Like if you ask me, yo, you got money, he was like, yo, bro, you know, costs 20 to get in the door, bro. You got 20 to get in the door. I got money. Shows up. Oh, by the way, fam, I only got 5. I'm 15 short. That's what Aaron Rodgers did.
Basically, there you go.
Like
and
Aaron
that's what
Rodgers, like I said, at worst he lied, and at best he withheld some of the truth. At absolute best,
but withholding the truth is lying.
But that's
especially if I'm asking you directly. Now, if it was a roundabout question and you gave that answer, you're not lying. But it was a direct question. Are you vaccinated? Yes or no?
Right. And again, people need to hold Aaron Rodgers accountable as well, because look, like I've been watching I don't really watch talk shows like that, like Undisputed or First Take. I don't really watch them because now that I'm kind of have to do this stuff, you know, I kind of want my head to be kind of clean. But on Twitter, people are praising Jay Williams because I guess he went on First Take and he gave Stephen A. all the smoke he could handle. I heard he was coming at him hot, talking about, wait, hold on. You out here, you literally want, like, you trying to ruin Kyrie's career and say never come back, and you let Aaron Rodgers skate through easy. And I'm like, and the thing is like, you also have to understand Kyrie Irving, no disrespect to him, the NBA kind of doesn't really care whether or not he plays, right?
He's not the golden boy.
Right.
He's not even the golden boy. He's not even the golden boy on his own team.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers is like I'm telling you right now, if like Roger Goodell, he always has arms, right? If you take his suit off, you see cut marks. He cut himself every time Aaron Rodgers couldn't make the Super Bowl, right? And then on his other arm, it's the one Tom Brady won. Like, this dude, like, really was desperate for Aaron Rodgers to be that guy. Yeah, and at the end of the day, we got to hold him accountable. You said 4 weeks is too kind of let him off the hook a little bit.
Yeah, he already played
I'm
8.
Assuming, so you want to do like a full 6 then?
I need him to do. See, I want half a season, but I think that might be overkill. Now, when I say I think that might be overkill, I think that people might think that's overkill.
No, you know what? I know the perfect. I got it
because he's played half a season. He's at 8 games.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna tell you right now. This right here is gonna be the perfect punishment for him. It's gonna be the perfect punishment. Let's send him to Detroit. That's it, right? We go through Jared Goff for Aaron Rodgers, straight switch, and we go from there.
Yeah, no. I mean, here's the other thing. Your son trying to make an appearance. That's what it is. You ain't giving him money.
He's mad because he wants to leave, right? And he shut the door, which is his only way out.
No,
right? Yo, like, he's like, yo, free me. And it's like, all right, bro, go out. And he's like,
hey, Dad, you trying to free Aaron Rodgers? I'm trying to get him out of here.
Now he's gone. And it's like, yo, Papa, like, you did it to yourself, bro. But yeah, man, like, honestly, at this point, let's send Aaron Rodgers to like Detroit or something, bro. Like a team. Matter of fact, no. You know what we're gonna do? Let's send him to the Bears.
No,
because it's gonna be funny.
Take Devontae Adams, take Aaron Jones, and then leave him in Green Bay.
No. You know what we're gonna do? Here's what we're gonna do. Right? Let's Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna play. He's gonna come back. We're gonna send him to the Bears because he said a few weeks ago, I own the Bears. Well, now the Bears own you, bitch. And on top of that, we're gonna get rid of Khalil Mack. He's gone. Allen Robinson, we're releasing him. And David Montgomery, you know what? Go retire, bro. We gonna leave this man with nothing.
Just Chicago wins. Just the Windy City.
Yes, bro. Like, yo, he goes.
So let's move on. Let's move over to Odell. Let's move over to Odell. All right. So Odell.
Do you mind if I start? Do you mind?
Go ahead.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to say one thing. It didn't work out because I'm about to say Aaron Rodgers, because Baker Mayfield and OBJ just don't mesh. Okay.
No.
Okay. Baker's not a bad quarterback. I don't care what anybody says. He's not a bad quarterback. And because here's the thing. We had this argument earlier. A lot of people were kind of like bashing Baker Mayfield, how he can't read defenses. But the thing is, if you watch a game, he does line adjustments. He calls out the mic. He can sometimes call out the blitz. Now, he doesn't do it on a level of a Tom Brady, or he doesn't do it on that level. No, I'm not going to try to make that argument. But he does it. He can sometimes do it.
So he does so he can read half a defense, is what you're saying.
I say about half. I say about half, right?
Okay. Now, let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Do you factor in, do we know when he's wrong on those adjustments?
Well, I watch how the play unfolds, and there's times where he's right, and there's times that he's wrong. Again, I'm not going to sit here and well, not really, because when he does let's say if they're
Baker's good at broken plays.
He is very good at broken plays. He is very good at broken plays. Like, I do like that. But here's my thing when it comes to Baker. I think Baker, a lot of people don't like him because he's very brash and he's arrogant, right? Like, people love him. OBJ will not be claimed from waivers. Hell, he'll be given a league minimum joint contender. Nah, he'll get claimed off waivers.
He won't make it past the first 10.
Yeah, he'll get claimed. I think he will, because on top of that, look, OBJ's not a bad quarterback. I just think I've always looked at OBJ as a guy. And by the way, for anyone who says that Eli Manning made OBJ, do me a favor. Go home, lock yourself in your room, throw the lights. You should not be allowed to talk football ever.
No. Do
because in our group chat, somebody said that, and I almost blew it.
They need to go. They need to go in there and review film,
bro.
Because I'm gonna tell you two things. Stars don't last forever. They can, but they do not last forever. Perfect example. I once knew a man that played point guard for the Utah Jazz that people used to say might be the best point guard of all time when he's done.
The dude woke up and decided to be trash out of nowhere. It's not even a fall from grace.
I don't even know if he knew how to put his jersey on anymore.
Nah, bro.
That man is Darren Williams.
Yup.
Okay, we're talking about night and day. We're talking about the man was a perennial all-star and the man was 12th man on the bench.
Bro, bro, like, you know how Max Kellerman used to talk about the cliff theory with Tom Brady? Yeah, bro, that was the OG cliff theory when it came to Darren Williams, bro. Because homeboy, it baffles me. How do you wake up and decide to be bad all of a sudden? Like, it's really wild. He's fighting Frank Gore on the undercard of the Jake Paul thing, which bro,
Darren?
Bro, he's fighting Frank Gore in a boxing match on the undercard in December of Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. By the way, Tommy Fury, if you do not knock this kid out, you need to retire. Because if you have lasting Fury, there's a lot of pressure on you.
Wait, you guys, we gotta pause for the calls. I need to take a second and just
this is real life.
Assume this.
This is real life.
It was ironic. It was a coincidence that I brought his name up. Sander, I really appreciate you being here for the moment. He is fighting. First of all, Frank Gore.
Yes, old head boy Frank Gore.
No. Before we say old ass, hold on. Before we say old ass, we can't say old ass Frank Gore and then say Darren Williams in the same sentence because Darren Williams' old ass looked old when he was still in his damn 20s. Frank Gore is damn near 40, and he looked like he benches all the weights in the gym when he shows up. He looks
right now he looks like you could give him 30 attempts per game. Frank Gore was drafted when he was 47. That's how old this dude looked. Like,
Frank Gore used to play football with watermelons when he was a child.
I'm saying, bro, he had the leather hats, bro. Like, what the hell? Like, this dude is like, bro, but I thought you knew. Yeah, bro, on the undercard, he's fighting Frank Gore.
Sander be snapping. And I know, Sander, you be here all the time. But Sander be snapping.
Bro, they look like because they bald. I swear to God, I don't know if Frank Gore's bald yet, but I know he had like a buzz cut.
Frank Gore was bald before he left San Francisco.
Nah, was he really?
Maybe he grew some hair out in New York. He probably got stressed out, grew some hair out in New York. But he was bald
in New York. He had something, bro. Like it was a struggle, bro. It looked like he was struggling to keep this shit up.
Yeah, it had to be the Jeffers because he was going bald at like 25. Frank Gore. But no. Oh, look at the baby.
Yeah, this is my son. What it do, baby?
No, but yeah, tell us about Aaron. Tell us.
But yeah,
I know you've been trying to get the mic.
Bro, look. OBJ right now is in a tough spot in his career, right? Where
is he though?
Yes, and I'm explaining you why. What he did in New York was because he was, without a shadow of a doubt, the best receiver, no debate. And it was like, if you debated it, it's because you didn't like OBJ, right?
Yeah. He was a bona fide superstar in New York.
Yes. I believe he still is a bona fide superstar. I do. I really do. And I think what's going to happen is he's going to go to a situation where, look, OBJ is I know I'm going to sound contradictory when I say this. He's a bona fide superstar who needs a rhythm with the guy who's throwing him the ball, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if you go, yeah, I believe so. I think he needs some sort of superstar. I disagree because the thing is
name me another bona fide superstar that you consider at wide receiver that needs rhythm.
You can make the argument, Michael Thomas. You can make that argument,
but Michael Thomas hasn't been. I would argue that with you, but he hasn't played it long enough, and we haven't seen him with other quarterbacks. And Drew Brees he gets the ball where it needs to be at all times. I don't really see.
And that's my point. Like, in order to get that ball, you kind of need some rhythm, or maybe rhythm's the wrong word. Maybe you want to say chemistry, right? Maybe chemistry is a better word.
Definitely, but I get your rhythm stuff, because rhythm, I would coincide with pace. I would coincide with timing.
Yeah, and the thing is, when Odell is working at that breakneck pace, that's when he's more successful. That's when you kind of see OBJ really be himself. But the thing with Cleveland, they don't play like that. They don't play that. And on top of that, they're a run-first team.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
I want to talk about DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
DeAndre Hopkins is wonderful with Kyler Murray. Agreed?
Yes.
I think that chemistry thing you were saying about is fantastic.
Dare I say, even without the chemistry, I think you guys would still be successful because of how great he is and how great I think Kyler Murray is.
Yeah, well, no, but what I'm saying is, with your chemistry notion, I think they have great chemistry, and they're it's almost effortless when they throw the ball to each other. When he throws the ball to them, they make connections almost effortlessly.
Correct.
Now, have you seen Kyler Murray throw a bad pass for DeAndre Hopkins and DeAndre Hopkins catch the ball?
Yes.
Many times, right?
Right, but again, that's a little different.
Before you dig, hold on. Before you dig into it, just the surface. You've seen him catch bad passes.
Yes.
Take OBJ, put him back with Eli. Did you see him catch a lot of bad passes?
Yes.
Okay. DeAndre Hopkins, if you put him in Houston before even Watson, he was catching bad passes. He was catching good.
100%.
He was catching good passes, but he was catching bad passes from bad quarterbacks.
And he was putting up great stats. And again, this is coming from a guy
every single time
that before then I liked him. I wasn't in love with him, and I saw him, but I just thought I thought he was a little hyped up, so I never really gave him the credit he deserved until I probably want to say about like maybe 2 years ago. Is when I looked at him and I was like, you know what? I low-key been disrespecting this dude.
But what I was getting at with that is, was a team that passed him and produces anything. Yes. But listen, but what I was getting to with that is, when you have hands and you're a bona fide superstar, if the ball's in this area, it's caught. When you're a sure hands guy, that means if the ball hits your hands, it's caught. When you're a spectacular catch guy, that means, hey.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think DK Metcalf is a bona fide superstar?
DK Metcalf, not yet.
Do you think he's better than Odell?
Yes.
And Odell got better hands than him, and it's not even close.
Yes.
So again.
No, but did you just hear what you said?
What?
Say that again. Did I think DK is better than Odell? Yes, I do.
Yes. Because you was one of the ones who said, hold on, you was one of the ones, and I'm gonna get to this in a minute because I gotta press you with this, bro. You was one of the people who said right now,
I would take DK Metcalf over
DK Metcalf. Hold on, DK Metcalf. I can't remember if it was you or Mike. If it was Mike, when I finished saying it, check me. But I'm pretty sure I think it was Mike, and you agree with him that supposedly DK and Tyler Lockett are, quote, miles ahead of OBJ.
At this current moment, yes. I didn't say that, but yes, I agree with that.
So then it was Mike who said it, and you agreed.
I agreed. I agreed with taking DK and Lockett over Odell at the moment. That's what I
won't. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you put, I'm explaining you right now. Baker and Jarvis are on this. They have this great chemistry. They know where each other is, which is why they kind of have great success on their own. You put there's only 2 wide receivers you can put in that situation, and they would wholeheartedly thrive. And it's the 2 best wide receivers in the game, DeAndre Hopkins and Devontae Adams.
I disagree.
After that, if you put anybody else in that situation, it's going to look rough.
I disagree for 2 reasons. But Sander, I'm combining both talent and stats together. So production's 50% of it, and then talent's other 50% of it. And that's why I put DK and Lockett over OBJ because of that.
And dare I say, DK's IQ ain't that great.
No,
because this is the same dude who, and I'm just saying because this is some of the stuff that we need to take into consideration. Because remember, this is the same decaf who caught a ball in at the end of a close game. I think it was against the Steelers. And instead of being smart and running out of bounds to stop the clock, he tried to advance it and ended up fumbling.
You talking about his rookie season?
There's stuff like this we kind of need to take into consideration.
You talking about his rookie season, though, right?
No, that was this year.
Oh, yeah, you talking about this year. So his sophomore
season. It was like, 2 weeks ago, something like that? It was the one where Shannon Sharp was like, bro, you trying to do too much. And then he tried to check Shannon Sharp, like, bro, to quote Shaq, Google me, like, Google this man, bro. Like, Shannon Sharp ain't no scrub or whatever, but look, all I'm saying, bro,
hold on, because I'm running off my topic. Because what you said was, do I feel like DK Metcalf is better than OBJ? Yes, I do feel like DK Metcalf is better than OBJ at the moment. Mm-hmm. However, OBJ has better hands than DK Metcalf, hands down, of course. And that's the problem I have with OBJ. Two things. One, OBJ is probably behind Devontae. I don't know if I can put a couple more people in front of him. Hands-wise, OBJ has one of the best pair of hands in the NFL. Okay. So this is my problem with what I see happening in Cleveland. Okay? This is my one-up on OBJ side because I agree with OBJ, but this is my problem with OBJ. Bad passes that come in a certain vicinity of a man with sure hands should not be dropped. And when I say dropped, meaning they should be caught.
And I agree with you there. With that, but go ahead. I'll touch that for a minute.
Because if we take some of these same passes that were bad, I'm not taking anything away from what OBJ is going through. But if we take some of these same passes that are bad passes that were landing in the same areas that I was watching on those clips of OBJ being missed, you take him and put him in New York, OBJ catches those passes and turns those into 40-yard gains. Mm-hmm. So my problem with OBJ is the problem I had when OBJ before he left New York. When OBJ doesn't feel it, he doesn't play football. When OBJ feels it, he plays some of the best football in the game. And to me, that's a problem.
And I will agree. I mean, in New York, he had his spurts of that.
Think about it. At the end of his stint in New York, he was so done. He was giving up in games and walking off fields.
Yes,
throwing tantrums on the sideline.
I think that really just comes down to the fact that he didn't want to be in New York anymore. Like, think about it, because like when he first got to Cleveland, he was hustle. Even when he wasn't touching the ball in the beginning, like he still was kind of hustling. So the thing is at what point do we? I'm not gonna say give the guy some slack or anything like that, but if the guy's just becoming burnt out and he just doesn't want to be there anymore, I'm not really gonna knock him, because again, Baker Mayfield favors Jarvis Landry, and we have to take into consideration.
He did this in New York. He did it in Cleveland. That's my point. So when do you become a professional?
New York was different. Before I'm gonna tell you why. Before he started pouting, you need to remember, New York was low-key trying to push OBJ out. You need to remember that. They low-key was trying to push him out. When he peeped it, he was like, if y'all don't want me, I don't want y'all either. And he was like, I'm done with it.
But the same thing when I look in Cleveland, like I'm seeing passes where they're behind him, but he has his hand right here and the ball is next to his hand when it drops. Those are plays that OBJ that wants to fucking perform is catching.
Right, but you also need to sit down and think about it. Like the chemistry he had with Eli. And look, I'm not an Eli Manning fan at all. Matter of fact, I hate all the Mannings. I hate them all. I never seen Archie play, and I hate him with a passion. Okay, but I will say this. Eli, for all the bad passes he threw, and he threw a lot of them, he rarely threw them in traffic. And Jay, you like if you want to go ahead and look back.
No, I get where you're going. I mean, I get
what I mean. Look, with Baker, they don't have that chemistry, so Baker's kind of treating him like he treats Jarvis Landry, and Jarvis Landry's type of dude that, bro, if I get hit, it is what it is. OBJ's never really done that, And on top of that, we also need to take into consideration Odell, always in his career, even in LSU when he was with Jarvis, people considered OBJ better, and he was the de facto number one. When we're coming over to Cleveland, is he better than Jarvis? Yes, but Baker favors Jarvis because not only have they been with each other for a while,
but I've always said though, OBJ is a prima donna, and I'm gonna tell you, Devontae Adams. Hold on. If I look at the top dudes right now that I consider the top dudes, DeAndre Hopkins is taking a hit. Devontae Adams is taking a hit. Even Allen Robinson is taking the hit. Like, and I feel like OBJ doesn't want to take the hits. And,
no,
I'm not taking it from him. Hold on. If that's the type of guy you are, that's the type of guy you are. That's fine.
But at the same time, hold on, no. We can't knock OBJ for that because we always say it's the quarterback's job to make sure the wide receiver doesn't get hit. So now if he doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, my thing, and on top of that, OBJ isn't really looking. OBJ could run routes, right? But where he maximized quick is that fast breakneck speed where he goes deep. That's where he kind of maximizes himself. So I feel like, look, if you want to say that OBJ, and you said OBJ is a prima donna, what superstar isn't? What superstar isn't a prima donna? Let's call it what it is.
Superstar is not a prima donna?
What superstar isn't a prima donna?
Look at, and we're talking about, we're going to stay in the receiver category, DeAndre Hopkins.
He's a prima donna.
No, he is.
Prima donna.
How is DeAndre Hopkins a prima donna? He was in Houston when they didn't have nobody. He kept his mouth shut.
And he was complaining about it still.
He was doing like this with the bag.
He was complaining about it. And on top of that, if anybody was to say, yo, we think this receiver is better, he would throw a fit.
Yes. And Sander, I agree with that. And that's the thing, though, Sander. That's where I was going with it. He isolates himself to a few routes. So if this quarterback that he's with is not good at those routes, he needs to figure it out. If you're the top talent, you got to figure out how to make yourself get those stats. You know what I mean? When you look at like even like a Adrian Peterson, DeAndre, Devontae, look at Aaron Rodgers. Anybody that we're going to talk about at the elite level, Tom Brady, these guys figure out how to make their stamp. They figure out how to put their stamp there. And OBJ, if you want to be a bona fide superstar, figure out how to put your stamp there.
Right, but at the same time, what I feel like a lot of people really aren't taking into account, they already have some guys who kind of do that. They brought OBJ. I'm talking about like the inner guys,
the Nick Chubbs, the Kareem Hunts, the Jarvis Landry, the Higgins.
But that's what I'm saying. They brought him in for the deep shot. If it's not working, you now can't look at the guy and say, "Oh my God, figure it out," because it's like they already have roles filled. That's kind of like.
But is it working? Because me and you just talked about
it. It's not working. It's not working.
I agree that Baker Mayfield is a below average quarterback at reading defenses. He can't hit the first reads. He doesn't hit the second reads. He's throwing on the third read. You want that? Hey, you know what? The next fresh take we do, we're gonna have video of Baker Mayfield's passes broken down. And we're going to view them together. So I can show you that he's missing reads, bro.
He'll miss them sometimes, but you're acting like he's missing them every play or every other play. I'm telling you right now, there is not. I'm going to put it to you this way. There is not 15 quarterbacks that are taking over Baker Mayfield.
There's not 15 quarterbacks I'm taking over Baker Mayfield?
There's not 15 quarterbacks you're taking. And if you want, we can make this a quick segment. And we can spit some out.
Wait.
We can spit some out.
Wait, hold on. No. I'll make this very easy. We're going to make this very easy. Very easy. I'm going to name it right now. I'm going to name my 15 quarterbacks I take over Baker Mayfield.
But doing one at a time, and I'm going to let you know if you bug it.
Russell Wilson.
That's a de facto. That's one.
All right. Matthew Stafford.
That's two.
Kyler Murray.
That's three.
Tom Brady.
That's four.
Aaron Rodgers.
That's five.
I'm on the fence of this one, but I'm gonna put him on my list because he is a rook and I like his development abilities. Justin.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
So let's go. Dak.
Okay.
That's 7. Patrick, that's 8.
Okay.
What's his name? Justin Herbert. That's
You already said
9.
Justin.
No, I was talking about Fields.
You said Justin Fields?
Yeah, I said because
Yeah,
I like his. No. Listen,
What I said
was for the pure aspect, because this year he looks decent and he's under Nagy, and I like the potential.
No.
Only the fact that he's a rookie
Doesn't matter.
So that's why I put him on
It's
my
how he looks
list
right now. So yeah, I'll give you.
That's why I put him on my list.
I'll give you.
And
Herbert,
he has no offensive weapons. But so we're at. Hold on, how many is that?
For you, it's 9. For me, it's 8 because you want Justin. And it's crazy because I'm a Justin Fields guy. Like I'm a fanboy of his.
So 9 and 8. We're at 9 and 8.
Yeah.
Derek Carr.
Okay.
I'm not touching the South Division. Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson.
I'm not making no comments on that because I'm not touching that right now.
No. You best not make no comments on that because I'm taking Lamar Jackson as my quarterback, wide receiver, and running back before I take Baker Mayfield.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. Go ahead.
Like my boy Sanders just threw up here. Josh Allen.
Yep. That's a fact. Yep.
So we're at what, 12?
So for you, 12.
And I'm just being straight. Like I wouldn't put Zach Wilson. I'll take out Justin Fields because he's a rook. I wouldn't put
you leave Justin in there. Leave Justin in there.
I'm gonna take him out because he's a rook. Because that's the same reason I didn't put in Zach. I didn't touch what's his name over
Matt
at the
Jones
Patriots
or Trevor Lawrence. Okay,
correct. I didn't touch Trevor. I wouldn't take Tannehill. I mean, Tannehill is one of those guys I left off the list because Tannehill's not going to do anything spectacular. But one thing Tannehill's not going to do is lose the game. So
do you want to put Tannehill in there?
I think that Baker Mayfield has more of a home run ability than Tannehill. So I would still go with Baker Mayfield because I like the home run ability. So
that's 12. So right now we're at 12.
And remember, I didn't put in Jimmy Garoppolo because he's still dealing with injuries.
Jimmy Garoppolo is not better than Baker Mayfield.
Shit, he plays better than Baker Mayfield when he's on the field.
Smoking herbs.
I watch him because he's in my division.
Bro, you just said Baker cannot read defenses. Then
Sander, I said we're at
Jimmy
12.
Garoppolo is better than him, who can't spell the word defense.
You said Jimmy Garoppolo can't spell the word defense? I think Jimmy Garoppolo reads defenses better than Baker Mayfield.
You're about to let me throw my laptop out the window.
No. Listen, talent-wise, Baker Mayfield has the natural abilities and talents. That's my other problem with Baker. Are you partying? What are you doing that you're not studying film? Because I haven't seen growth in the film study area.
Yes, but again, I have when I've seen him call out the mic. I've seen him make line adjustments. He calls out the dude who's like he does these things, and again, it's improvement. Like I said, he's not reading the defense like a Peyton Manning. I'm not gonna say that, but to say that he's not improving, like bro, like he is improving. And listen, and I said it in the group chat too. There's not 15 guys that are taking over Baker Mayfield.
No, I just put it out. I got to 12.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you can't say he's below average, and you know what I mean. Like
I said, average or below average. At reading the defenses.
I'm talking about. But what about overall then? What about
as a quarterback? As a quarterback, Baker Mayfield is average. He can be a top-notch quarterback. And that's and listen, I don't have a problem with Baker. And in fact, we wouldn't even be talking about this so closely if there wasn't the Odell Baker issue. But in reality, when I break it down and look at what Odell has an issue with, it is very true.
And again, that's what I'm saying. Like they don't fit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't fit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And Standard, that is the crazy thing. And that's why I just ended it with Baker has all the talent in the world. Natural abilities, Baker has all the natural abilities you want drafting a quarterback. But so did Johnny Manziel. So did Johnny Manziel. He had natural abilities. He had natural abilities.
No.
I say that jokingly with that comparison, but there's something about Baker that's off, to me, that I don't see the leaps of growth. Look at what Josh Allen did.
Okay, and I'm going to say this. Not every single story is going to be Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, or Patrick Mahomes. Where like
Justin Herbert.
Or Justin Herbert, where like the leap is like, oh my God, like amazing. Most times now you're going to look like Ben Roethlisberger, where you saw the progression. There was no leap, but you saw the progression going up. It's going to look like an Aaron Rodgers, where like he didn't look like he wasn't just born and all of a sudden he was an all-world talent. You could see the progression. A Tom Brady, you could see the progression. Like that's kind of like the thing. I feel like we kind of need to relax a little bit, and that a guy is getting better. He's getting better. I think sometimes we get spoiled with like the elite guys who get a knack of it like that. Like football and like, the nuances of football is almost like breathing. Like it just comes uber naturally to them. And I think when it comes to Baker, we got to understand this is a guy who's relied mostly on improvising in college. That was one of his big things where like, this is a dude that when the play breaks down, you don't got to be nervous. You can be calm and say, you know what? Baker, when he needs to improvise, more times than not, he can handle it. And I think that's kind of where we're at, where like now when you come to the NFL, you can't overly rely on improvisation. You can't. You kind of got to be like, okay.
You have to have the ability to zone in. And that's the part where I think that, you're getting at too. You have to have that ability to zone in and not use just straight improvisation and be able to knock off not scripted necessarily plays, but plays that are supposed to go a certain way. And you have to be able to execute those. And
I will give it to you. There's times he doesn't do that, which is why, again,
I did say his best time is on broken down plays.
Yes. And again, I just want to make sure, because the thing is like, I'm not going to scream that he's elite. But when people tell me that, oh, he's below average, like I'm talking about overall, when you tell me that tells me you just don't like Baker Mayfield. And I think what it really comes down to is he's got a big mouth, like the guy chats a lot.
So before we, it's not that I don't like Baker. And
I'm not talking about you specifically.
But even for other people, it's not that, I don't like Baker, something like that. The problem with Baker, again, is very simple. And Baker's a great quarterback as far as what the league has to offer. He's average, below average in reading defenses to me. I think he can improve on that. Is he a top 15 quarterback? Is he a top 15 quarterback? Yes, especially after me and you just broke it down. But at the end of the day, he misses his first and second reads. And when you have a guy like OBJ on the outside, you don't get many gaps in being open. You have the best corners, the best safeties guarding you on the field. So if you're open on that first read, get me the ball. I may not have a second chance on that play, but we're at an hour mark. We can go ahead and wrap it up. I mean, in closing, I'm going to end it like this. As far as Aaron Rodgers is concerned, we need to use this as an example. We need to also, as of now, I need everyone to apologize to Mr. Kyrie Irving, actually handling this situation as a man and owning up to the consequences and repercussions that come along with his decision that he made as a man. Unlike Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who is the NFL's golden boy, who took a different route and put other people in jeopardy, not only just his team and his organization, but other people that have no idea and have no benefit from him slicking and sliding through the system. So,
and the thing is with that, bro, is like, this is so much bigger because think about it. Let's say a reporter goes back to Fox, passes it to an NBA reporter who then ends up covering that, go back and remember, we have soccer in the States. Maybe one of those reporters getting, so it's like, is that kind of extreme? Maybe you can make the case, but the fact remains, bro, like it's bad. And before anyone can say, oh my God, that's not that bad. Remember when it first came, Rudy Gobert had it. and it went from Sacramento. It went from Sacramento. It went from Utah
like 5 teams
to like 5 separate teams. So all I'm saying is, I'm not gonna say that it's possible.
But now we're digging into some other stuff where we can look at some weeks and some games and some sit outs afterwards and maybe link some things up. But in closing, Pride, your boy Jay, we appreciate y'all tuning in with us each and every day right here on ASAP. We got something for you. Mr. Pride here is on the morning shows every single morning. You can catch him there. We got something for everybody, man. And just announced today, it is official. You can now catch us on Amazon and Roku as of Monday. So tune in with us. We will see you guys again. Jay signing off.
Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.